Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Oakland Raiders. So with that, let's get out to the East Bay and Oakland, California. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it is a building that has seen it all through the many years of its existence as EA Sports welcomes you to Oakland. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack is by Janoris Jenkins coming in off the corner. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Here's Carr. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The numbers for Bell on the ground of the game last week. 10 carries, 68 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on them.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. To try again after the sack. Bridgewater, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Dobbins, and able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. We'll look now at our starting defense. They enter play one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never...
Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
On 2nd and 9, Carr completes it to Aguilar. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 17 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
10 touchdowns on the season for him, and I don't know whether these goals are written down. I don't know whether they're discussed amongst the team, but I do know this. Every guy who touches the ball as a ball carrier thinks 10 touchdowns is a nice round goal to try and reach in a season.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Shotgun now for Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 6-0 our score after 1. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Accelerating, and off he goes. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Max Crosby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes. We're trying to put him on the ground.
And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. Now Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League.
They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
Carr completes it, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
We want it. Come to my world. Tight yard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
3-3.
Throwing on second down. Carr. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Here we go. Here we go.
So we come upon halftime, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Flushed out right. Thomas has got it. Complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots in the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game.
4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense up the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Carolina getting set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Again, it's Bell. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Maurice Hurst, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You know, on these types of...
And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And a fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And able to to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. On first down, Jacobs. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Carr going to get this to Jacobs. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Carr now on first down. The open man here, Renfro. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw, it's Carr. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the... And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are able to cut into that lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Throwing, Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline. Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 7 yards there and a first down. Carr now on first down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. A little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, 1-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score. You throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Now Carr to try again after the pick six. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Well, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Raiders on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he's got the first before he's sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing now is Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
To throw his Carr, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They run with Bell on 1st down as he'll get forward for about 5 yards. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll go again with Bell. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Let's go.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Bell stopped up behind the line as he's going to wind up losing a couple here. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
All right. Let's go, P. Let's go.
On the counter, here's Bell. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Raider D, they get the football back.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One final try now for Carr. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 15, and that will write a finish to this ball game. A road win in the National Football